So I'm starting today's vlog here at a railway station called Smethwick Rolfe Street, which has played tricks on me mind-wise, because back in the 80s when I used to be a steward on the football specials, the trains used to come in here, and yet it took me probably about half an hour to walk here from West Brom Albion's ground. It doesn't look like the station I remember, but this is where the football specials came into with, and if for anybody that doesn't know what they were charter trains that the football club ran. They were run by a guy called Howard Yeats on behalf of the Travel Club, the official supporters club, and they would basically carry about 300 to 500 supporters to every away game. So you get on at Piccadilly railway station, and I was one of those people, the stewards who sold the food and drink and that type of thing, and then you would be taken directly to wherever the venue was for that day's game. And here at Smethwick Rolfe Street was the place that we were brought for games at the Hawthorns. That was back in the days of Laurie Cunningham and Cyril Regis, people like that. So this is where the train would have arrived, on this platform from Manchester, ready for the big game later that evening. But not today, not anymore. Most people come by road, don't they? So what happened was, when you got off the train, you were marched with the police escort round about this mile or so, maybe a mile and a quarter back to the ground. Along these streets like this, there'd be 400 or 500 people walking along here with police horses and all that sort of stuff. And then eventually, once you got to the ground, of course, you were escorted in, and you were treated a little bit like cattle in those days. But then football was a little bit different then as well, wasn't it? And it was more about ordinary supporters. So as we get nearer to the ground, we'll see what the mood is ahead of kick-off. So here at the Hawthorns, as a man who remembers the football specials, I don't think you came into Smethwick Rolfe Street though, did you?
No, I can't ever remember coming into there. Went up to Newcastle, Shrewsbury and other grounds around the country, but I don't remember coming in to West Brom.
Tell us that story about Newcastle when you went there.
We went to Newcastle on the football special, and we pulled into Newcastle Central Station, and the police wouldn't let us off. They stopped us getting off. They said there was too many Newcastle fans outside, and they took us up to a little derelict station further up the line and let us out there. Then we had to walk all the way back through the town with police escort, dogs, all sorts. Frightening walk and frightening walk back.
But generally, your experiences of the football specials were good, were they?
Loved them, loved them. It was such a camaraderie on the train, all the City fans together. You used to get back on the train after the game and telling everyone your experiences and what it was all like, and it was just brilliant. Knew a lot of the people on there, so we all had our little meetups and stories to tell.
Yeah, 3 seasons ago we were going to far more matches than we do now, and I don't understand why really. Not been to any European matches, and we've always went to them.
So you're trying to get tickets for all the games?
Yeah.
Do you think it's because of the corporates, or because of smaller allocations, or...?
I don't think it's a smaller allocation, because they seem to allocate the same amount. It just doesn't come anywhere near our numbers anymore now. I think one match, the only it started at over 20,000.
Anyway, at least you've got a ticket tonight.
Yes, that's
and
the
a
main
burger.
thing.
It's always good. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Tony Brown, I remember watching him play, and he did look a bit like that, if you can see his face. And you know what, this is one of those little trivia questions that everybody knows. This is the highest ground in the whole of the 92 Football League grounds. Do you believe that? The highest ground. That's why it's so windy. So sometimes it's a little easier to get tickets for these cup ties, like you two. Is it a bit easier tonight?
Yeah, we found it quite easy. We went on the City website. I'm a Citizen fan, and there was 5,000 big allocation, and it was cheap and easy to get hold of. So we live an hour and a half down the road in Swindon, and we thought we'd go for it. Nice to see the team, and yeah, we're here.
Big debate, and the team will be out in another 15 minutes or so about what sort of team you should put out. Strong team, a team with youth in it. What would you want to see?
I would want to see us win the game and then bring the youth on. If you go back to 2016, I took my daughter and my son to the actual final. You can't beat winning a cup, and that's what it's all about, is winning cups. And this is what we're here for. This is what Pep This is what
Did
we
you
want.
write my column in the Evening News this week? Because that's exactly what I was saying.
I haven't read your column. I know.
Get it read.
Yeah, I will read it. But that's what it's about. You can't beat days out at Wembley, and this is a fantastic cup to win with the history. Look at 1976. It just goes on and on. I was there in 2014.
You might as well be reading my column now. What do you think about this competition?
Yeah, it's really good.
What are you expecting tonight then? Are you expecting
Hopefully
another
a win,
5-0,
yeah.
4-0, 6-0?
Probably like 4 or 5-0.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though they'll put out a different team tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're good enough to win.
What's it like being a City fan in Swindon?
It's tough because there's loads of United and Liverpool fans. But
Still?
Yeah, still. And but when we beat Liverpool the other week, none of them spoke to me or anything, so it was all right.
Brilliant. Enjoy the game.
Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
I'm filming, you just do what you want.
I see United have made 9 changes as well as Burton. Well, Burton can give in their hope now. 9 changes there, still beat them.
Gaio's playing, Dolph, Bernardo, Sterling, Sané and Jesus. That's it.
So what do you think of that then?
Different, innit?
Different.
7-0.
7-0.
7-0 tonight. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you going with that?
Yeah, 7-0.
Would that team beat United or Burton?
Burton.
It was good. Better defensively than normal. It's good to see Mangala back in as well. Front three's doing alright as well. It's showing good signs for the future.
But you're disappointed it's not 4 or 5, aren't you?
Well, yeah, it should be, to be fair. They haven't really had a goal scoring chance. We've had quite a few. Keeper's pulled off a decent save as well.
All the action's down this end in the second half.
Yeah, hoping so, yeah. It more or less will be, yeah.
The City was conceding an equaliser. Got to say it's been coming. They really took the foot off it in the second half, and now it's all square and all to play for. Let's hope it's not extra time.
Did the job, tough nights, should have been more, but got through. It should have been. We should have been 2 or 3 up at half time, but they were always going to come back at us, and as soon as they scored, we upped the game again and got the second goal.
You feel like you're just glad to be in the next round?
Exactly. That's all it's about, isn't it? A cup tie is all about getting through. Just wait for the next away time.
I thought first half we were great. Second half, he changed the tactics and we went into the game. And yeah, you know.
Come on, tell us what you thought.
It was alright.
First weight game this season. Lightweight, it's lightweight this season.
Want to get in, sick of it, sick of it. What's easy?
Right.
Typical tonight, wasn't it? We got 1-0 up and we just thought we'd cruise it, and then they give us a bit of a game in the second half, and we stepped up, got a goal. They lumped it up. I'm on video here, you don't have to show anymore, I'm done.
That's it,
That was my diagnosis. Right, Gillen?
Can't say much more than that. If Sterling had taken his chances, we'd have put it to bed earlier, but a win's a win. It's all that matters. All that matters.
A lot of changes tonight, weren't there?
Yeah, absolutely. But you'd expect it Capital One Cup till we get to the latter rounds.
Stronger team than I expected.
Right, come on, now you've had time to sort of get your up and think about what that game was like. What did you make of it?
I don't know, it was a bit inconsistent from City, not like I've been in recent weeks, but pulled out of the bag, didn't we? Sané, unreal. Sterling, unreal.
I think it was a good game. I think if we had some better strike force up front, a couple of the chances we had off corner, I think we might have just got through. And again, we come up against a goal for class.
Once you got back to 1-1 though, you must have thought you could win it.
I think we did, especially when we put the pressure on second half. Looked like City was getting a bit shaky at the back. And but like I said, golfing class today.
First half scrappy, second half. Gundogan. I'm disappointed, man. He looked like he was distressed. Yeah, he looked like he was crying. Could be his World Cup gone.
You think it's that bad?
Yeah, I think it's that bad. Same as last year, innit? He walked off the pitch, at home to Watford. It looked like it wasn't that bad until we heard the news, 9 months out. So it's disappointing, man.
He'd been playing well at that point as well, hadn't he?
Yeah, he was doing all right. Scrappy game, but a win's a win, a win's a win. Let's just hope we get a decent team in the next round. Probably we can play at home for a change.
It's City got home draw, isn't it?
Yeah, probably, man.
What's the odds, man?
Well, now the dust has settled, it feels as if City, I won't say got out of jail tonight, but certainly made it a lot more difficult for themselves than they should have done. It just shows what a difference the key players that were absent tonight, David Silva, Sergio Aguero, Kevin De Bruyne, and of course the two fullbacks didn't start the game. I thought that made a big difference. Leroy Sané for me was the man of the match. Obviously he scored 2 goals, but also I thought he was the most threatening player on the pitch. The introduction later on of Kyle Walker made a little bit of a difference, which just shows how quickly he's become a key player for City. And also, as a fan mentioned, I think the worrying thing tonight was the injury to Ilkay Gundogan. Let's hope that when that's fully diagnosed, it's not as serious as it looks. City are through to the next round, which is always a priority in a cup competition, but they didn't do it exactly in style tonight, which is what City fans and I have become used to. But I suppose you can't win big every week. Bring on Crystal Palace.